There are many notable leaders that serve the Banished, and among those are the Geralhanai brothers, Pavium and Voridus. Both served the Banished not long after the Covenant War, if not earlier, and fought during the initial conflict on the Ark against the Spirit of Fire. Since the loss of the Halo Ring, however, they have been eager to prove themselves to Atriox. Warlord Pavium, known as the Unbreakable, is a master architect and siege master, his discipline in the field implacable, and his prowess for combat engineering unimpeachable. However, conflicting loyalty to his clan and brother have slowed his advancement within the Banished. But Atriox has now given Pavium the chance he needs, having him and his brother lead a mission to salvage ships from the wreckage around High Charity. A gigantic Geralhanai, Pavium leads his forces into battle personally, armed with a heavy mortar launcher, a target designator to coordinate fire, and his custom warplate, a gift from Decimus himself. Like any other leader, Pavium brings a number of unique units to the battlefield. The first of these is the Mega Turret. Often encountered during the Covenant War, the Banished variant is far more damaging and leaves a pool of lingering death. Next is the Wraith Invader. While even the most minute upgrades to any system would be bogged down in bureaucracy and take decades to implement during the days of the Covenant, the Banished approval process is far simpler. If there's a demonstrated need and material available, pack leaders may make any changes they wish. It was from this philosophy that the Wraith Invader was born. A Banished APC of sorts, up to 2 infantry squads can be carried, which can in turn fire from the safety of the Wraith Invader. In addition, Pavium brings a number of new abilities and technologies to the field, including Burnout, which increases the abilities of any affected units and structures, Enduring Will, a weaker but longer lasting healing ability. This makes it more effective for defensive strategies. Orbital Designator, allowing Pavium to scout parts of the battlefield without sending units in. Rain of Fire, a swirling formation of plasma beams. And Ultra Mines, a more powerful version of the standard Banished plasma mine that can paint survivors for follow-up attacks. Finally, there's the Lich Vanguard, in which Pavium calls in a Lich for support. The aerial vehicle devastates nearby enemy forces with its powerful energy beam, while also establishing a portal from which new units can be called. Pavium is a defensive leader, slowly building up his power until he can overtake his enemy. He is patient, strategic, and calm. His brother Voridus, on the other hand, is the polar opposite. Glory-seeking, vicious, curious, and spontaneous. Thanks to his intuitive understanding of Forerunner systems, Voridus has been able to exploit the Ark for new resources and technology. This can largely be seen in his use of Infusion Gel. Originally a perfected form of the energetic metabond materials and strain bond lattices used in Covenant fuel rods, and pumped throughout the Ark to help power the installation, Voridus' version produces corrosive and mutagenic sludge. However, this hasn't stopped Voridus from deploying weaponry that uses these byproducts to his advantage. Like his brother, Voridus personally leads his troops into battle, though usually for his own glory. Like most of his units, his armor is enhanced with tanks of Infusion Gel. His gravity hammer creates pools of the corrosive gel when used, and he can intentionally leave pools of the gel in his wake to damage enemies or aid allies. With him, Voridus brings new units and abilities. The first of these are the Brute Grenadiers. Like their leader, these shock troops have armor also enhanced with Infusion Gel. Their gel siphoning ability allows them to absorb nearby pools of the stuff to further enhance their armor and grenade launchers, which can fire standard or infusion grenades, the latter of which leaves pools of infusion on the battlefield. Upon death, their equipment explodes, also leaving behind a pool of Infusion Gel. Grenadiers are often savage, too unstable and cruel to advance in the Banished hierarchy. Many turn to Voridus for a last shot at glory. And glory they shall have, even as exposure to Voridus' corrosive Infusion Gel rots their bodies from the inside out. Next are Infused Engineers. During his experiments with infusion, Voridus exposed many of his Huragok to the toxic gel. These Huragok would either fall apart or change. Infused Huragok display distinctly non-Huragok behaviors, often disregarding broken Forerunner systems and purposefully breaking the equipment of any that have annoyed them in the past. They are also shunned by their healthy brethren. Though they still heal units, rather than generating an overshield, they channel pools of infusion. For his ultimate unit, Voridus can call in a Volatile Scarab, a scarab which has been, you guessed it, modified with Infusion Gel. Like his other special units, the Volatile Scarab leaves pools of corrosive gel in its wake, though the presence of the gel makes piloting the scarab even more dangerous for its crew. Once again, like his brother, Voridus also has a number of unique abilities he brings to the field, which include the Infusion Mine, which can leave a pool of gel where it explodes, Maelstrom, a powerful singularity that sucks enemies into its center. Though distinctly different, it does remind me of the Thrall Slayer's leader power from Halo Wars 1. Infusion Wake, in which large pools of infusion gel are laid upon the battlefield, and Cataclysm, which ignites all infusion pools on the field, making the gel even deadlier than before. Pavium and Voridus are fairly interesting characters. Both exemplify the Geralhani spirit in their own way while standing out from their pack brothers in others. There's a deep bond of trust and care that they share for each other despite any faults, an admirable trait at the end of the day. However, as we dive into Awakening the Nightmare, we'll see just how far that trust goes, as Voridus risks everything in the name of glory. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider subscribing, and if you really love me, hit that notification bell and leave a thumbs up. These both really help out the channel. I wouldn't be where I am now without your views and support, so once again, thank you. Keep on being awesome, Canonites.